What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly appreciated. Listen, great win for the boys by beating the Toronto Raptors 111-95. The captain, 26 points, 10 assists. The big cat, 21 points, 13 rebounds. Great win for them boys. They have won now 5 out of 6, 40-22 on the year. Awesome game. Awesome game from the boys. Awesome game. Listen, it was a close game, 95-93. Knicks going a 16-2 run, and that pretty much sealed the deal. Led by the captain, and of course the big cat. But you got to give a lot of credit to Josh Hart, man. I thought when he came back into the game, that changed the tempo, the aggressiveness stepped up. Josh Hart, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. He was awesome. The team was great also too. 32 assists. You know, I love when the Knicks are passing the ball around, and that's pretty much what they did tonight to help propel them in this victory on top of 43 rebounds to the Raptors 28, and that was the ball game pretty much, guys. Assists and rebounds. As the great Kawhi Leonard says, board man wins games. And I thought that's what it was, man. I thought that's what it was. Listen, tough game. Tough game. I thought the Raptors went after it. Listen, guys, like I said, this is all about playoff seeding, right? And so they swept the Raptors this year. Actually, I think they beat them like 5 in a row, right? So, don't they play them again? Wait, don't they play them again? I thought they swept them this year. I think they played them again, I think. But Knicks have beat them all every single time this year. So this is a big win. This is a big win against a playoff team that's fighting for seeding, right? And on the road. You saw there were certain parts about this game. I thought the refs were swallowing their whistle, which is cool. Playoff basketball, but on the road, cool. So you kind of get that atmosphere. They weren't calling anything for the Knicks. And I don't even think how many times the Knicks went to the line tonight. Not even that much, right? So the Raptors lived at the free throw line, lived there. Every time I turn around, it was a call on them because OG Anunoby had 4 personal fouls. Towns had 3. Bridges had 3. It was to the point I thought those guys were going to foul out because all them fouls they got was in the first half. So I was just like, yo, come on, man. Come on. Knicks only went to free throw 12 times. Raptors went 19. But a big part of that was, second half, the refs started swallowing their whistle. They really did. But in the first half, it was insane. I was like, okay, come on, guys. You're like trying to help them stick around because the Knicks pretty much were controlling this game. They were up 13, then 10, 11, 12. It was fluctuating between 13. I think 13 was the biggest lead they got. But the game was fluctuating back and forth. But the Knicks were pretty much controlling this game until that fourth quarter when they kind of went on a little run. And then Josh Hart got inserted back into the game, and that's when the Knicks really took off. And what he was doing defensively, he's getting a lot of steals. The Knicks had 10 steals tonight. Everybody was getting after it on that side of the ball. Everybody. Josh Hart had 3 of them things. So everybody was getting after it defensively. I even saw Brunson getting in there, getting a couple steals, right? He had 1 tonight. Josh Hart was also great, man. He had 5 stocks, 3 steals, 2 blocks. So he was rock solid today. Listen, to me, he's the MVP of the game. I thought he impacted the game in so many ways. Brunson and Towns, the stats look good. OG Anunoby, stats look good. Only 15 points, 5 for 6 from the field, 2 for 2 from 3, 3 for 4 from the free throw line. OG was solid. Bridges came up with big time stuff too. Big time, he only had, big time blocks. I thought Bridges had good moments. The captain, and of course, Towns stepped it up, but I thought it was Josh Hart's minutes, his passes, his reboundings, his steals, his block shots that really helped propel us today. And so to me, I think he's the player of the game for me. But once again, I love this win because this is kind of, you had to dig deep for this one, man. You had to dig deep. You had to bite down that mouthpiece, man. As we say in football, you had to bite down that mouthpiece and you had to make it happen. And so I thought that, this was kind of like a playoff atmosphere. It kind of felt like that, especially the way the whistle was. And so, it was pretty great to see how we were able to bounce back, keep our composure, and guys were able to hit big shots and come up with big time stops defensively. And guys, once again, we held another opponent under 100 points. And so we're getting after it on the defensive end, man. So you have to be happy, guys. You have to be happy about how we're doing things and how we look. But what do you say about the captain, man? Listen, when it was 90, 95, 93, right? This is what started the run. He came up for that screen from Towns and hit that three right at the top of the key. He gave us a lead 97-93, and that was it after that. We did not look back. And I thought it was a fabulous game from him, man. A fabulous game from him. He came up with big-time buckets when those buckets were needed. And that's what you do, man. He's the captain, man. That's what you're supposed to do in those moments. And listen, this is why he is who he is. So I thought it was a great game.
Bridges and company took over. How did you kick it into?
Let me bring it back here. Let's hear from Brunson right now. Let's hear from him, so you can give a good breakdown of how he felt about tonight's win.
When Mikal Bridges and company took over, how did you kick it into gear to get this done tonight?
Start with stops. I think it's always big time when you hold a team to under 100 points, and then especially a team like that, they play so fast. That gets downhill. That creates opportunities for each other. I mean, they've been playing great all year, and now we just, in that fourth quarter, we just found the way in the last 5 minutes to string some stops together.
Good dishing and switching, Jalen. You guys had 32 assists. You had 10. So I like to see that when you guys are sharing the ball.
I appreciate it. I'm trying my best. Trying to be like you, kind of.
Now, you mentioned the defense. You had another team held under 100 points. I know you can't pinpoint just one thing, but what can you tell us about what's been the difference with this defense in the last 20 or so games?
Holding each other accountable. I mean, we have a goal in mind. You know, we're striving every day for that goal. There's going to be days where we take steps back. There's going to be days where we take steps forward. But most importantly, it's sticking together. There's always going to be a lot of noise, always going to be a lot of BS running around, going around. It's all about how we trust each other and stick with each other. I know that sounds like a bunch of BS and it sounds like any typical interview, but I mean, it's really important for us to stick together.
Hey, man, how you let a neophyte take 13 threes in 15 minutes?
He's learning from me.
Good teacher. Jalen Brunson, congrats on the win. Thanks for the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Congratulations, Jalen.
111-95.
Listen, great breakdown by him. Great breakdown. Listen, he said, listen, man, we can't listen to the BS noise, man. He knows what you know what he's talking about. All the noise that's out there about this team. And so, like he stated, we got to stick together, man. We got to stick together. That's the way. We got to lock it in on the defensive end. Most importantly, they got to stop listening to the BS. So Brunson hears the stuff, man. He knows what's being said about this team. He knows what's being said. He knows all the things that people, how they feel, and the viewpoints of people, and what people got to say about him, about the big cat, about the coach, right? I mean, trust me, he knows what's going on. He hears it. And like he stated, guys, you got to get to a point where you just kind of just shut off the noise. Don't listen to it. Focus on each other and get stops on the defensive end. And that's what they did tonight, man. 16-2 run they went on to pretty much seal the deal and end the game. You got to love it, man. You got to love it. Great win tonight for them boys. We get here in the chat, man. Big Chaz, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. BQ from BK, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Big time win for them boys, 111-95. Vibes, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Eddie Kofi. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Gravity. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Yuri. What's going on? Appreciate you coming through rocking with me. Eric Green. What's going on, man? Appreciate you guys coming through rocking with me. Listen, big time win for the boys. 111-95, man. Great win. Great win. So once again, guys, another great game for Diawara, right? 8 points off the bench, +4. 3 for 6 from the field, 2 for 4 three-pointers, 2 rebounds. I thought Diawara's minutes were great. What did you guys think about that move he put on Brandon Ingram when he put the ball in the Baja? Put him in the Baja. Give him a little stiff arm, little shove off, little floater. I said, yo, man, this kid's starting to feel himself, man. He's starting to feel himself. You see the confidence, right? Each game he's getting better. He's showing a little bit more of his bag of what he could do. He's showing a little bit more. A little bit more. You see what he's doing, guys. I mean, the guy is exceptional of a ball player, man. He's really, really, really good. I mean, the growth of this kid, man, is just amazing. And a couple of times, too, I don't know if you guys realize or saw it, but a couple of times he went to the rack And he was getting fouled. Like, they want to give it to him. Of course, he's a rookie. So he's got to figure that out. And I understand that. But a couple of times he was going to the rack, there was a call. I saw him one time, he kind of was demonstrative to the ref, like, yo, come on. Because the refs won't call anything. Nothing at all. Even Brunson got a tech. It's the second game now he's got a tech. Because he's getting sick and tired. They're grabbing him. You see what Scotty Barnes and all them dudes are doing to him. It's insane what they're doing to Brunson. And the refs are allowing it. They don't allow that with SGA. SGA, you blow on him, they give him a foul. Brunson gets no love. And Towns, too. And so you can see the frustration with the Knicks. Like, they kind of even, let's be honest, I got to give him credit. Even Mike Brown, I seen him a couple of times screaming at the ref like, yo, come on, man. You got to give us that. So the Knicks are starting to identify how the refs are kind of swallowing their whistle with the Knicks. I don't want to say DraftKings. I don't want to say that. but it's just weird, right? But anyway. So I thought Diawara had another great game. Another great game. But he's just, guys, he's getting better, right? Isn't he getting better? Like, you just see the confidence just oozing from this guy. I mean, he's just playing really, really, really great basketball, man. Really great basketball. And I think with him being so young, that's the beauty of what he's doing. Because when you're watching a game, you're saying to yourself, wow, you forget, like, he's young. He's young doing this. I'm going to bring up the stats right here for you guys. You're kind of saying to yourself, like, wow, this kid's only 19 years old doing this? What is he going to be at 21? What is he going to be at 22? Like, what is he going to be? Those are the things you think about, because you're saying to yourself, you see the upside with this kid. You see it. You see how good he is. And you say to yourself, wow, okay, if the Knicks can continue to develop this kid, watch him grow. He played 19 minutes tonight, which I thought was fabulous. See, once again, I love that 19, anywhere between 20 to 15 minutes a night. And so you're just seeing the learning curve of this kid and just the ascension. I mean, it's like happening in hyperdrive. Another great game for him. What do you guys think about money making Mitch, man? See the stats right here with Mitch. Mitch played 20 minutes. You see it right there, right? 2 points only for Mitch. But listen, guys, 10 rebounds for Mitch. 2 offensive, 8 defensive. 2 steals. I thought he had a block in there too, but I thought Mitch was great, man. Mitch was great. Kind of had a little scare, right? So he kind of fell down right before the half, kind of sprained his ankle a little bit. So that was, we got to pay attention to that, right? That's something, we definitely were worried about with Mitch, right? So it's good to see that he was okay, right? Look at Chapman right there, guys. 24 minutes, 12 points, 5 for 11 from the field, 2 for 7 from 3. I thought he came up with big buckets. He also had 2 steals tonight, right? Though Alvarado also had solid minutes as well. He's playing really, really well off the bench. And this is why Kohler can't get on the court, man, because of this kid, right? So 17 minutes for him, 4 points, 2 for 4 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3, 1 rebound, 5 assists, 1 steal. And so, that second unit is really kind of doing great things for us, because what he does, he comes in, he kind of picks up the pace. He speeds up the game. And it's a different speed than, of course, Brunson, right? Brunson's kind of like, slow-mo. It's kind of like, that's kind of like his game, right? But Alvarado picks up the pace. He gets the ball, he's pushing it. He's pushing it up. And so you got to love what he's bringing, because he changes up the pace. He makes it better for Towns. And if you're noticing, too, they're hitting Towns a lot better, man. A lot of pick and roll stuff. Towns is getting a lot of touches right close to the rim. You can see he's in rhythm now. You don't feel like Towns is out of rhythm. You don't feel like Towns isn't getting any touches. Everything is in the flow of the offense. But they're also making sure they get Towns involved. And I'm seeing that now, even from the captain, right? So that's good to see, man, because Towns is starting to knock down his shot. He's starting to look really good going to the rack. He's not getting that many offensive fouls anymore, because he's getting the ball where he should in order to attack, right? So that's the beauty of what Towns is doing. Playing really good basketball, man. Really good basketball. I think we right now we've won 5 out of 6. Playing really, really good, man. Really, really good basketball. Okay, let me bring up the other stats here, team stats. Okay, so guys, so check it out here. So we shot 57% from the field. 57. Right? 34% from 3. Rebounds, we out-rebounded them 43-28. Look at the assists once again, guys. 32 assists to their 24. Look at the 10 steals we had. 4 blocks. 18 turnovers led to their 17 points. They had 15 turnovers which led to our 22 points. A little itch here. Sorry, excuse me. 17 fast break points. 52 points in the paint. Largest lead, for us wasn't 13. It was 16 tonight. So all in all, guys, I mean, listen, I thought this was a solid game, but what I loved about this game, believe it or not, is that we saw a little bit kind of like us kind of having some adversity tonight with certain things, right? The Raptors started making a push, but this was a game that I felt the Knicks were dominating, right? And so, and to me, that's why I feel like Josh Hart to me is the player of the game, because when he got put back into the lineup, inserted back into the lineup, what was about 5 minutes left, right? And that's when the Knicks went on that 16-2 run. That changed the whole dynamic of the game. It just did. And then through that's how we were able to kind of pick things up. And so all in all, man, you have to really, really be happy with how well we played. Okay, cool. All right, so let me get to the chat here. Let me see what everyone is saying here in the chat. Okay. Vibe says, commentator said RJ never beat the Knicks. Yeah, he didn't. He has an RJ. RJ was cooking tonight, too. RJ was cooking, man. He was cooking. How much he had, man? RJ started cooking towards the end. I said, yo, no one could check him, man. No one could check him. Listen, he started getting to that left hand, and that was it. That was it. RJ had 20 tonight, man. Brandon Ingram had 31, man, but that was mostly in the first half. He started cooling off in the second half. He didn't really do much after that. They kind of started putting the cuffs on him, but then RJ started picking it up. In that fourth, he started getting to that left hand. They could not do nothing with him. He was just bullying past everybody. Remember, RJ's about 6'8", man. He's about the same size as OG. You know what I'm saying? So when he starts, kind of going downhill like he used to do with us that we used to love, he's a load to deal with. And once he started, then he came off the screen and hit a three. I said, oh, man, here we go. Here we go. But then that's kind of when we came in and we kind of slowed things down. Hey, Kobe says, we must pull off another win tomorrow. Yeah, that's going to be tough, man. That's going to be tough because I don't think Mitch is playing. Especially after him kind of coming up hobbly. You know what I mean? Like, hey, Kofi, when he kind of fell down on his ankle or his foot or whatever happened with him there. I don't think they're not going to play him tomorrow. There's no way. Yuri says a good one. Josh Hart put the clips. Yeah, he was playing tight D on Brandon Ingram. He was playing. Like I said, Yuri, Josh Hart was the player of the game to me. I just thought he came up with timely rebounds, timely blocks, timely steals. He was just doing everything perfect, man. This was a great Josh Hart game. And that's because the rest weren't really calling. First half they were. Second half they let them just play. And this was a typical Josh Hart game. It was a muck-it-up game, right? And this is right up his alley. Big Task said Josh Hart made a key rebound in the fourth quarter that sealed the deal. He did, sir. He did. Josh Hart played great, man. He played really, really, really well, I thought. Evergreen, great win. DOR knocking down threes and playing tough. Going to the Baja. Yeah, he did, right? He hit Brandon Ingram with that little shoulder, a little push-off. I said, okay. And so now, and he started, and a couple of times, Eric Green, he started attacking Brandon Ingram. Now he started really going downhill. He said, okay, I could take this dude. So once he started kind of getting that confidence, he said, yo, I could take him to the rack. And a couple of times he had the one where he went reverse and he almost made that layup. But you could tell Ingram didn't want no. He didn't want to deal with him. You could tell he's kind of backing away from the kid. The kid is just as big as Ingram, if not bigger. And you could tell Brandon Ingram didn't want no parts of that. Kid is a lot to deal with. You know what I'm saying? He's young too. Yeah, he was. They took him out. Brandon Ingram was like, "Oh, thank you," because his DOR started getting confidence. Okay, Eric Green says Mitch was great. Do you think he's going to play tomorrow? No, they're not going to play him. Especially Eric Green. He went down. Remember, he went down. Like he hurt his foot, man. I don't know what he did, but he came back and played later, right? But he was hobbling a bit. And so that's concerning. And so this is why they kind of are monitoring his minutes here. And so I think that they're going to rest him. They just are. And then also, too, they're going to rest them, too, because remember, tomorrow's a big game, but we got Denver coming up, too, right? So this is going to hold West Coast trip, so we got to get ready for that. But I think tomorrow's going to be a good game. Now, with Mitch not playing, you got to look at Okporte, so hopefully he can come in and kind of give some type of minutes, man, give something, right? Because now you got to deal with Chet, you got to deal with iHeart, right? So you got to see what that looks like. But I could see a situation to where it depends on who they put out for that second unit. Because if they put somebody out for that second unit, I don't think it's going to be iHeart, because I think iHeart starts. They'll probably put Chet, that second unit, and then maybe you could put OG on Chet and have it depends. It depends, because you could put you here's the thing. You can put OG on Chet, right? Tomorrow, now you got me thinking, Eric Green. You can put OG on Chet if that's what they do, that second unit. And instead of playing Okporte, you can bring in Sohan. And he can kind of play like the a la kind of center type of deal where he could just float around. And on offense, he can kind of play the center's role and just kind of do dribble handoffs or whatever. You can possibly have him do that for that second unit. Meaning, of course, when they sub Cat out, in that first quarter, you don't have to bring Okporte. You can maybe bring in Sohan. Have Sohan play the 5 and have OG play either, because you could have Sohan guard iHeart. You just got to box him out, but it's gonna be tough. But you know what I'm saying, but with Chet, you can have OG guard Chet. And then when they start the second quarter, that's when Cat comes in anyway. But when they sub Cat out, you could sub him in maybe with Sohan, especially when iHeart goes to the bench. And then you can have OG playing against Chet. That's what I think. Because I don't know if this is a game for Okporte. I think for Sohan could really do well here, because he can get out there defensively and just be active. And just, but because of his size and his athleticism, he can really, pose a problem for OKC. Offensively, no. But if you just put him maybe in the dunker spot with the center, you can maybe do something like that. That's something to possibly consider. Yo, Killer B, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live, man. Hope all is well with you, sir. Appreciate you coming through rocking with me. Tony, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Big time win for them boys. 111-95. The Big Cat, 21-13. What is that? 43? I think it's 43 double doubles on the season. It leads the league. 43 double doubles for the Big Cat. Tony says Mike Brown has finally found the key rotation for the Knicks. Time to play consistent offense and defense. Just imagine if we had Deuce out there. Yo, agreed. But if Deuce is there, someone's gonna have to lose minutes. Who would lose minutes? Diawara would lose minutes. Because I want to see Deuce. I want to see Deuce out there with Alvarado, man. Both of them two at the top of the key. I would love to see that. I would love that. But then actually, no, he wouldn't have to lose minutes, because you could put Deuce, Alvarado, Shamet, and Diawara with the Big Cat. What say you guys about that lineup? When Deuce comes back, you could still play Deuce, Alvarado at the top of the key, put Shamet at the 3, put Diawara at the 4, the Big Cat at the 5. What say you guys? How do you guys feel about that lineup? I think that's pretty good. Tony says our bench playoffs will be Mitch, Deuce, Alvarado, Shamet, and Diawara. That should be our bench. So Tony, so what you're saying is we're going 10 deep in the playoffs, right? You're saying we're going 10 deep, Tony? Because that's what a lot of people are talking about. They don't know how deep he's going to go. Is he going to go 8 deep, Tibbs went 8 deep last year, right? That's it. So you can kind of do the same thing of what OKC did, and of course, what Indiana did. They went like 10 deep, man. So you could possibly do that here. I would do that. Definitely, Tony. I'm with that. I love that. Because then, you know what I mean? Because then you can continue to see what Alvarado is. You know what I mean? So I love to see. I kind of want to see what I want to see Alvarado, Deuce, Diawara. I want to see them out there together. I definitely want to see Diawara and Deuce at the top of the key, man. I definitely want to see that. And the Cavs beat Detroit tonight, man. The Cavs beat Detroit, man. 113 and 109. Let me tell you guys something. I can see a world because I heard, once again, I'm hearing Tatum's coming back. I can see a world where it will be the Knicks. I think the Knicks are going to get the 2 seed. I think we're going to catch Boston. I could see a world, right? Hear me out. So where the Knicks get the 2 seed, right? And it's them in Boston in the second round again, right? What the league wants to see. Tatum's back. And it's a great series. It maybe goes 6 games and maybe goes 7. The Knicks pull it out. But I could see the Cavs with the addition of James Harden beating the Pistons in like 6 games. I could see something like that. Because the Pistons' problem is that they can't score, man. They're good, but I think when the playoffs come, you got to be able to knock it down from the outside. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to knock down shots. And so you got, I don't know. I don't know when the playoffs come if they're able to do that. Cade only had 10 points tonight, guys. He played 39 minutes. He only had 10 points. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? See, that's what, and he has nobody else. They only scored 109 points. He has nobody else really that could pick it up. You guys understand what I'm saying? Harden had 18 tonight. And here's the thing. Check it out, guys. They won and Spider didn't play tonight. Spider didn't play. And they won tonight. Spider didn't play, man. No Spider in the lineup, but they won tonight. Mobley and Harden at 18 each. A sneaky good pickup for the Cavs is Schroeder, man. Getting Schroeder was big for them. Schroeder had 15 tonight. He's going to be a pest for them. He could be the equalizer there for them because he just plays really good winning basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just really good in that aspect. He plays big in the playoffs. He's always played big. You know what I mean? So he's a really, really good ball player coming off the bench for them. But I would not be surprised if the Cavs clipped them, man. Killer B says, don't sleep on Detroit. No, I'm not sleeping on Detroit. I'm not. I think Detroit's good. But what I'm saying is, in the playoffs, Killer B, I think scoring is going to really hurt them because they don't really have anybody that can light it up, man. I mean, they got Cable. Once you turn his water off, who else is really going to go bananas like that for them? They have no second option. Do you really believe in Jalen Duren like that? He's good, but is he going to go for 35? See, Cat could do that. Cat could drop 40 on you in the playoffs. Harden can do that. Mobley can do that. Tatum could do that. Brown could do that. They don't have nobody over there that could do that. And sometimes in the playoffs, you're going to need that from one of those guys. If they just shut down Cade. You know what I mean? So I just saw it just now. That's why I came across my screen. I just saw it, man. Yes, he told. Yes, Kaz. But yes, what I'm saying, they ain't had Spider out there. Tony says, LV, man, we're not going to see the Pistons in the playoffs. It's going to be the Celtics versus the Knicks, Eastern. Ooh. Celtics versus Knicks, East. That would do numbers. The league would love that, especially what happened last year with Tatum, and he's back this year. He's back sooner rather than later, right? That's what I'm saying. So that would be that would be ill. That would be great for the league. Awesome for the league. So we got to see. But guys, I'm just being, we're just talking hoops outside of our team. I just came across my timeline here, and I saw that they lost. I said, man. I said, oh man. So we got to kind of, I don't know, man. We got to kind of see what that's going to look like, because I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think, Tony said during that 35 the night when Cade fouled out. I know, but Tony, what I'm saying is this, Tony, is he someone that you can see in a playoff series getting 40, Tony? When they shut Cade down, do you see that against a really good team, not against some scrubs? You know what I'm saying? Like a really good team. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, Tony. Is he going to be taking over, knocking down threes, doing all this other stuff? Like he's not that. He's not that type of player. So that's the only reason I'm saying that about the kid. I think he's good, but I'm just being honest here. Yeah, listen, Tony, yes. No, but Durant will put up 20. Listen, Tony, agreed. But what I'm saying, Tony, is this. That may not be enough, because Cade, if that's the case, Cade got to have like 35, 40 a night. They're not getting that points. This is the playoffs I'm talking about, Tony. They're not getting that no other place. That's guaranteed. You trust in Tobias Harris? I don't trust that kid. No way. Beef Stew? No way. You trust in Karis LeVert? That's the only other guy. Who else they got? Duncan Robinson. Listen, I think they're good, but the playoffs is different, Tony. The court shrinks. They start locking you in, man, and they know the other team knows what you want to do now. Now you got to get a bucket. They cut down Cade. A lot of them dudes ain't used to getting. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, Tony. It's the playoffs now. So that's what I'm saying about the Detroit piece, and I love what they've done this year, but the playoffs is different, man. Playoffs is different, and I'm starting to see now little chinks in their armor now with the offense here. All right, guys, see, look who got there he is. There he is. We knew that he was going to get it. Josh had a great game tonight. Josh had a great look at Brunson. Defensive player of the game. Listen, we knew this was going to happen. I mean, he had an awesome game tonight. Awesome game. Awesome game tonight. Like I said, I thought he was the star of the game tonight. Thought it was him. Other guys came in and did their job, but it was, of course, the captain and the big cat. But he was the star of the game tonight. Big time. Tony says, we said that about the Celtics last year. Listen, man, look. All I'm saying is you got to get a bucket in the playoffs, man. That's it. That's all I'm saying. And I just don't trust those other guys to do that for them. That's all. And when you're placing it, when you're not facing now just all these other teams, like now you're facing elite teams, the best teams every game. Like you got to be, you know what I mean? You got to be able to stop them. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to stop guys. And they have great defenses, but sometimes it don't matter, man, when you're playing against them top offensive dudes. It doesn't matter what you do. And they don't have enough guys over there that can get a bucket like that. They just don't. So it's LV, man. I believe we still will win the number 1 seed, but Boston second, Cavs third, Pistons 4, and the Pistons will be eliminated first round by the Sixers. Mark my words. Ooh, he got this. He got the Sixers getting them. Tony coming in dropping heat. He says the Pistons is going out first round against. You think Maxey gets busy? Yo, what if Maxey goes berserk in that first round? I can see that too. What if Maxey comes back and B comes back? Paul George is back from his hiatus. You know what I'm saying? He was on that new juice or whatever he was on. Allegedly. Right? So I'm just saying. But yeah, they come. I can see that. I wouldn't be surprised by that. To be being super honest with you, I would not be surprised by that. The playoffs is different, man. I mean, the Sixers, I don't know, man. It's just their injuries it's the thing. That's the thing with them, man. They got a really good team, really top heavy. I think Embiid can get busy, but I don't know. Is he even playing now? What's going on with it? I know Paul George is out for the whole year until the playoffs, I think. But I don't know, man, about the Sixers, man. I just don't. Whereas with Charlotte looks like a team on the rise here. They look like a team on the rise. And that is who kind of has me kind of paying attention to. Like my eyeballs are raised a bit with them. Or eyebrows, shall let me say that. So, so for me, that's to me who I would kind of look at possibly knocking off Detroit, if anything. Big shout, man. Giants news, man. See, the Giants released Bobby Okereke. I knew that was happening. Harbaugh's trying to flip everything over, man. He's trying to change the whole dynamic of this team. So now they're trying to get a linebacker. So that kind of opens the lane right now for me. Who they're probably looking at is Sonny Styles, the kid out of Ohio State. For me, that's my first thought when I saw that they released Bobby Okereke. They're looking at Sonny Styles. They want that kid out of Ohio State. If he drops down to 5, the Giants are going to snatch him up. Sorry about that. I had to do my football talk, man. I kind of came across my timeline, man. It just okay. So Big Taz says, "I got the Hornets getting the Pistons." Yeah, see, that's Big Taz. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying, Big Taz. Tony says Pistons might be going cold at the wrong time of the season. Listen, you know what's funny? What's their schedule like, man? Who do they play? Let me see here. Let me see. Who do they play? Because Tony, you might have a good point here. Because, but then again, I don't think is this schedule tough though? You know what I'm saying? Like who do they play here? That's the question of all questions. Because then that's when you know exactly. What's going on with Chauncey Billups, man? See, I'm looking at this thing here. Chauncey Billups, man, might be a wrap for him, man. They said he's facing jail time, man. Crazy, man. All right, so look, so let me see something real quick. So they just lost to Cleveland, right? So they got San Antonio next. They got San Antonio next Thursday. But then it's a bunch of they got they got the easiest schedule, man. They got Brooklyn, Miami, Brooklyn again, Philly, Memphis, Toronto. They got the Wizards back-to-back games, Tuesday and Thursday. I mean, this is a cupcake schedule, man. Then they got the Lakers, Atlanta. They go to OKC. I mean, their schedule was weak, man. Weak. I think they might hold on to this spot, man. I don't see them really losing to any of these teams. Their schedule is weak, man. They don't play nobody. I mean, the only team that I'm seeing here, they got the Lakers. They go 2 minutes. Okay, back-to-back games could be tough. They go 2 Minnesota and 2 OKC. And then they got Minnesota again at home, and then they have to go to Charlotte, right? Charlotte's going to be rolling. So, man, that's really it. They don't play nobody, man. They just played the only tough teams is San Antonio, Lakers at home, at Minnesota, at OKC, at Charlotte. That's only 5 other tough games, man, that I see. That's they're locking the number 1 spot. It doesn't really matter. I'm just saying that they don't play anybody, man. Tony, the Hornets haven't played anyone, LV. They playing bad teams and winning. Yo, man, but here's the thing, though, Tony. Teams like that, all they have to do is start getting confidence, Tony. And they start winning games. And you start winning games, that changes the whole dynamic of everything, Tony. It does. And so that's the key with them and what it is that they do. You know what I'm saying? So that's the key for them. Right? But I mean, they're dangerous, Tony. You can't sleep on Charlotte, man. You just can't. Young team like that getting confidence, right? You just never know, man. So you always got to pay attention. Teams like Washington and stuff, they have nothing to play for. But Charlotte looks like they're trying to really make this push, man, get the playoffs, man. And as we know, when the playoffs happen, 0-0, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Everybody's playing for their playoff lives, man. So you never know, how guys are going to play. Some guys play out their mind, and then boom, before you know it, they're on a run. Remember the Heat? They went that. What they had the play-in, right? Did they go through the play-in and they made it to the finals? Was it something like that with them? That Jimmy Butler run? You just never know, man. All right, guys. So here's the thing. I put the link in the chat. So please, if you guys want to hop on and talk with LV about this game, please do so. Them boys are playing really, really good, man. Winners are 5 out of their last 6. Playing really good basketball, man. Playing really, really good basketball. You got to be happy with how well this team is playing. It's going to be a tough game tomorrow. Win, lose, or draw, I'm gonna be happy with the team. If they lose, OKC's tough. We don't have Mitch. It's a back-to-back. But to me, this was like you got to have a game. And of course, this is for seeding and stuff like that. We pretty much put our chokehold on this. Our record now is 40-22. The Raptors are 35-26. And so, we're pretty much, what are we up? Like pretty much like 5 games on them, 4.5. This is what you do, man. This is what you do with games like that. Okay. All right. I got a couple of people waiting here in the chat here. Let me get you guys on.
Yo, LV.
What's going on, Yuri?
Good game tonight by the boys. Good game tonight from Mikel. Good game tonight from Hart. This was a team effort win. You can tell this was a team effort win if you look at the box score. Brandon Ingram got hot. You thought Mikel could stop him like he did last time, couldn't. OG had trouble with him a little bit. But Josh Hart, man, I got to salute you for that one because he was a smaller guy and Hart clamped him up. And he has a lot of heart, pun intended, to take that matchup. And salute to Mike Brown for giving him that matchup. That was pretty ballsy. And we see the benefits with Mike Brown's coaching, right? He's not afraid to do unorthodox things, LV. Did the game get close a few times? But even when the Knicks were up 2, I was like, nah, Knicks aren't losing this game. I haven't felt that way for a long time since Tibbs was the head coach. This is no shot at Tibbs. I loved Tibbs. Always will love Tibbs. But there were a lot of games last year where we blew games because of Tom Thibodeau. And the players, too. Players get the slack as well. Game 1 against the Pacers. A few games last year as well against OKC. I know Mike Brown gets a lot of crap, because of the way he coaches in certain matchups, and he deserves it. But I appreciate him doing unconventional things. What says you, LV?
Hey, listen, man. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look. The coach is starting to come around a bit. I think how he's using Towns and how he's using Brunson better, and then also too, what he's doing with Diawara is big too, right? Alvarado, right? So you got to give it to him, man. You also see how they're using Towns more. Obviously, the coach has gotten into them about, and also too, I think another thing, what I'm seeing more now, I didn't see this before, but I'm seeing this more now with Mike Brown, is he's starting now to kind of let the refs know about, like, they're
I caught that today.
Right. I'm starting to see him now. He's starting to kind of get a little demonstrative, which is important because you got to fight for your guys.
I get it. You don't fight with the refs. You know what I mean?
Right.
I get it. I get that stance. I get it. You don't want the players arguing with the refs. Play basketball. Right. But for God's sakes, Towns should have gotten at least 10 points off the free throw line tonight. This man got whacked.
Right. So what I'm saying is that I'm seeing now Mike Brown really doing that, right, for his team, right? So it's good. So he's, listen, it's taking time. He's coming around, but what I like more than anything is that the team is responding well to him, right? So you're starting to see this, and also too, Yuri, I think what's most important is that we're starting to hit our stride at
the right time,
at the perfect time. And so maybe a couple of times, maybe a couple of conversations, guys are understanding what they're supposed to do on defense as well. They're communicating well on defense. They're realizing what they need.
Cat even defended well tonight.
Cat's defending well. They're also giving Towns a lot of touches, and that also too impacts his defense as well. You're seeing less offensive fouls from Cat, right? So
there was a few tonight though.
Right, but I don't think it wasn't so much the offensive like hooking and stuff like that. I didn't see anything like that.
The offensive hooking. It seems like he died that down a lot.
Right, but that's what I'm saying, right? Those were like momentum killers, right? So he's kind of gotten a lot better with that. So once again, they're hitting their stride at a perfect time, man. So you got to be happy with what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm very happy with what I'm seeing. I'm very happy with what I'm seeing with this Knicks team because LV, growing pains of learning a new system, right? We even heard Mike Brown twice saying I had to dumb down my system so Cat can understand it, so Jalen Brunson can understand it. It felt like the system for the team wasn't working at certain points. You can tell throughout games, teams were confused. Mikal looked confused on some ends. Cat looked confused the majority of the time. Hell, even Jalen Brunson went into ISO Jalen Brunson a lot, at times. So this team is, I'm hoping, is finally understanding Mike Brown's system a lot. And that can be the difference between advancing in the conference finals and going to the finals. And LV, it's playoffs next month, baby. A few months from now. Who knows what's going to happen? For God's sakes, we went 0-4 against Boston. Came back 20 down twice in their hometown. We weren't supposed to win those games. We won them. People could say, it's because of injuries or they lost their shooting touch. Whatever. We've seen a lot of stuff in the playoffs, man. We've seen Miami go to the finals. We've seen the Knicks beat Detroit. We've seen the Knicks lose to the Pacers. We've seen a whole ton of stuff happen. We've seen the Cavs choke to the Pacers. I'm expecting this playoff run to be even more crazier than last time. What says you?
Hey, listen, I totally agree, man. Listen, there's nothing better than playoff basketball. I think while I'm excited, more importantly, is that I think that this is another year of this team, right? So, the better your team is how they're able to keep the same guys together and go through these playoff runs because they're battle tested, Yuri. So with this team, I feel that they are. And I feel like most importantly, with the playoffs, you got to have two guys that can get a shot.
Got to have a killer instinct.
You got to have two guys that can get you 40. And we have that. On top of the wings, and that's the beauty of it. With Cat and Brunson, the two all-stars, guys that they can take over a series or take over a game just because of how good they are offensively. There's no one defense that can stop those guys when they have it cooking.
And they're getting better defensively too. You noticed that, right?
Right. And so to me, that's the excitement that I feel because I think that we're battle tested and I think we're ready to go, man. And once again, we're hitting our stride, man, which is beautiful. We got a couple more games to go.
Why not? Why can't we beat OKC? That's what I say to myself every time. Why can't we beat OKC? Why can't we beat Denver? We just beat Denver in the second overtime game last time. That's not, a fluke. That's being battle tested. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Say what you want to say about Mikal Bridges having a bad game that game. Mm-hmm. Guy hit a clutch three to win us the game. Mikal Bridges doesn't hit that three, we lose that game.
That's right. Hey, listen, just get the win, right? Just get the
win no matter what happens.
No one knows how you played in the first couple of quarters if you're hitting game-winning shots, right? No one knows. You know what I'm saying? Your team is able to win.
I do have a prediction, though, that I'm going to say. Okay. The second seed's going to come down to the Knicks or Boston, unless Detroit completely craps the bed over the next month or so.
Right. Yeah, I just looked at their schedule. I don't think so.
They're not going to.
No, I don't think so.
I'll be very surprised if they do, though. It looks like Detroit's carrying that 1 seed. In that case, then the 2nd seed's going to come down to either the Knicks getting hot and overtaking the 2nd seed during this 5-game stretch, or the Knicks just, win some games, go into a tiebreaker, and it all comes down to Boston.
Right. I don't know. I'm pretty confident in us right now. I feel really good. I mean, you're taking it game by game.
Right.
Even if we lose one or something like that, I don't know, man. I love where we're at right now. We seem very connected, Yuri. We seem very connected. Having a win like how we looked the other night against San Antonio. But a win like tonight really says to me how connected we are. Because Yuri, we could have easily lost this game, Yuri. We could have dropped the ball because we were controlling the game, but we kind of let
we were letting them come back a little bit,
right? So we could have easily fell back. But the way we pretty much grabbed the game by a stranglehold and pretty much went on a 16-2 run to end the game, that says everything I need to know.
And now if you're Raptors, you're like, damn, we really are for it. Because LV, the Raptors are 4-13 against top teams in both the East and the West. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I get it, it's the NBA, but damn, only 4 wins against the top teams? That's wild.
Yeah, man. Listen, listen. It's tough to win in this league, Yuri. It is, man. So, I think the Raptors are a good team, man. I just think they're not
playoff ready yet.
Right, they're not part of that first and second tier. I think they're more of a third tier, right?
And if I'm looking at the standings right now, LV, Orlando seems like they're getting their stride. Philly looks like they're in a free fall right now. Philly got blown out by San Antonio by damn near 50 tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, the score for that game was 131-91.
Wow. Yeah, that they took out their frustration about what happened to us. They took it out on the Sixers, man. So that's basically what happened with them. So tell Philly we're happy. We're sorry about that.
Yeah.
So it should be exciting, man. Listen, it should be exciting push. I think we do get the 2nd seed. I think we kind of.
I think so too.
And then but hey, listen, man. I don't know, man. I like Detroit, man, but I think they lose in the 1st or 2nd round, man. I don't know, man. They don't have enough scoring, and they're gonna need that.
So I was watching that Cleveland game, right?
Mm-hmm.
They shut down Cade Cunningham.
Yeah.
That game. And once they shut off Cade Cunningham, no one else got it going.
So that's what I'm saying. So Yuri, so what happens in the playoffs when
if Cade gets shut down?
Teams understand how to play them now because once again, you're not playing against scrub teams. You're playing against elite teams, right? Because all the teams that are in the playoffs, I don't care what seed they are elite teams. They're really, really good. That's why they made it to the playoffs.
Say what you want to say about the play-in. You're in the playoffs.
Exactly, right? So to me, if teams can lock in, because you're not playing anybody else but them for 4 games out of 7 or whatever you want to call it. If you go 7 games, go 7 games. But you're definitely going to play 4. So if they scheme
how to block up Cade Cunningham,
and then that's it, and they don't have nobody else who can get a bucket, what are they going to do? So that's my only concern about Detroit. Like, that's my thing. I love what they are. I love how well they play.
I've embraced Detroit for what they are.
But I don't know if they have enough offense to win in the playoffs, Yuri.
I'm going to be interested to see how Detroit plays. I'm going to be interested to see how Cleveland plays. The reason why I say Cleveland is because it looks like Harden has elevated that team because he's got 2 bigs now. Even with a fractured thumb, you see Mobley getting involved. You see Allen getting involved.
A sneaky good pickup for them, Yuri, was Dennis Schroeder, man.
I think Dennis Schroeder is going to change that team in the playoffs.
He's a sneaky good pickup for them.
I remember when Dennis gave us fits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Against Detroit. That was a bad mistake by Detroit letting him go. I'm sorry. Yeah. I ain't like that move by Detroit. Yeah. If there's a move that I think is going to come back to bite them in the ass, it's going to be Detroit letting Dennis Schroeder go come playoff time. Because here's the thing, right? I look at our next team. They got second options. Hell, they even got fourth options, fifth options that can give you 20 a night.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit, Cade's going to give you what he's going to give you, but even Cade's inconsistent and inefficient at some points. Jalen Duren, we've seen how he played in the playoffs. last year, Mitch completely owned him. Jalen Brunson, even though Ashore Thompson has been having his number, we've seen how he was in the playoffs last year.
Mm-hmm.
The way I see it is this: come playoff time, I trust the Knicks in a playoff battle. Battle tested. They know what's going to happen. They know the risk losing a series. They've been through it so many times. I don't care about the 40-20 rule by Phil Jackson. That rule's been dumbed down so many times. But again, it's playoffs. Anything can happen.
Agreed, man. Agreed. And you got anything else for me?
What do you think about that last question I asked you, LV?
Okay, which one was
about
it?
the 2028 free agency? I know you want to think about playoffs now, but it's a good question to think about.
Okay, this is revolving around the whole Brunson piece and Towns and
Yep.
Towns and who else was Luka, right?
Luka's in it. Giannis is in it. Cat's going to be in it. Brunson might be in it. Remember, majority of this, Mikel's going to be the only one left on the team.
Right.
LV.
Right. Hey, let me say this: Brunson's not going anywhere, and I think with that, you're gonna have to get younger, Yuri. We don't need an aging star, like, you know what I mean. We don't need that.
That's what I said too.
And
I
so,
think
and
come
so,
2028, the Knicks actually go younger.
Right. So you know what I'm saying. So I don't see that. I don't think Towns is going anywhere. I think he's going to retire. Nick, remember, Towns is about 30 years old, 31. He's at the pretty much. Give him what, maybe 4 or 5 years left, if that.
If you're lucky.
Right. I think he retires a Nick, especially if we win a championship. I think he retires a Nick. I think Josh Hart retires a Nick. I think OG Anunoby retires a Nick, and Mikal Bridges. I think all those guys retire Knicks, man. I don't see them going out and getting a big fish. There's no reason to. I mean, now if they're losing, Yuri, and they can't win a championship, and then that's when you could probably see some things get ruffled, right? But I have a lot of confidence in this team. I do.
I do too.
So, I like where we are. I like what we're building. I like exactly where we are right now.
I like how we're handling the youngins.
Right. And so, yeah, man. Yeah, we got to kind of see what the availability is. But I think a lot of this determines, Yuri, if we win a championship this year or next year. I think that's when it's all determined by that.
Not until 2028, because there's going to be a lot of free agencies on that list. But no, I'm really excited to see what this team does. I just figured I had to ask that question because it's been on my mind. Someone pointed it up to me. Like, hey, what happens in 2028? It's like, damn, you got me.
Yeah, a lot of it depends on how well we play. If we win a championship, Yuri, with these, this year or next, right before 2028, then I don't see a lot of guys moving at all. I think they're gonna, because once again, all these guys are Leon's moves, right? We got all these guys in their prime, all of them, and so you got Cat in his prime, you got OG in his prime,
got JB in his prime.
Every JB, Josh is gonna retire. Nick, he's not, right. So that's the starting five, right? So if anybody leaves, I could see maybe possibly Deuce. I could see maybe Mitch, right? I could see anything like that. But honestly, I don't even know if Mitch goes anywhere. He's a homegrown guy. And what is his market really going to be, Yuri?
You just saw him almost get injured tonight.
Right, but he can't even play the whole season. You got to play him on you can't play back-to-backs. It's a lot of different things going on here, right? So I just don't know if he's got a big deal out there waiting for him. Do you understand what I'm saying, Yuri? Your best ability is availability, and that's something he struggled with his whole career. So I think
we even saw him almost got injured tonight, for God's sakes.
Right. So I think the best deal for him will probably be what the Knicks probably give him, right? And so
I can't see him leaving the Knicks. I can't.
Right.
Because, like you said, he struggles with availability, right? Even though teams need defense, he really has no offensive back. You know what I mean? I've seen him rant about him not getting involved in the offense, but I'm like, every time we get Mitch involved in the offense, right, he passes out the ball. I'm like, yo, you got to put that ball up, brother. Anyway, just want to say, good win by the Knicks. OKC tomorrow. Garland's going to be rocking.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Especially what happened last year to us, right? We got smoked last year, man, by them boys.
The Knicks have circled this game on their calendar. All right, later, Elvie.
All right, see you tomorrow, Yuri. What's going on? Appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with me. That was my man Yuri, man, coming through, dropping some jewels, man, letting me know how he feels and talking about 2028 free agency. Yuri coming through, man, with some things to think about here. Janky Jimenez, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. It's my first time seeing you, sir, but I appreciate you coming through, rocking with me and my crew. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, man. It's my first. Every time, that's what I do after every Knicks game. So please subscribe, man. I truly appreciate you. So Yankee Jimenez said, Hart, Cat, and OG should get cheaper. They will help keep them and spread money to the younger players. We need to bring back Devo. He wants to bring back the flamethrower, everybody. He wants to bring back the flamethrower. You know I would love that. You know I would love that. I would love that. The flamethrower. He needs to come back home, man. Hey, Big Task, you want it, right, Big Task? Aren't you up, Big Task? Aren't you out there making phone calls? So we'll make sure, Big Task, you ain't sleeping at the wheel. Are you still reaching out, Big Task? Let me know if you want a job. Hey, Coach, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live, man. Once again, guys, I dropped the link right there. Anybody want to hop on, talk to LV, let me know. All right, got my man Eric Green here. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, how you doing, brother?
I'm all right.
Man, I'm loving what I'm seeing from the Knicks, man. They really are coming on. And the key thing is, man, they're locking down on defense, man. I love the way they're playing right now. Yeah. A couple of things that you mentioned I want to touch on. Number one, I don't think anybody's going to catch Detroit. You know, looking at their schedule, I think they're going to hold on to that number one seed. I think right now for us, we want to stay no lower than a 3. You know, we're right on Boston's heel. We can maybe catch Boston. I would love to get that, home court for the second round. Not taking the first round for granted because we're going to be against the Sixers right now. But the Magic are on their heels, so it could be the Sixers or the Magic that we play in the first round. If we stay in the 3 spot, we stay in the 2 spot. Then we're going to play in one of the play-in teams. So, we'll see what happens. But I feel like we can match up well with the Celtics, and we can avoid Detroit until the conference finals. Let them get beat up with the first round. Let them get beat up with the Cavs. A long series, 6 or 7 games. If they still there, I think we'll take them. The way we playing now, we'll take them. Definitely.
Hey, listen, well said, sir. Hey, listen, man, I think that the way we're playing right now, we're hitting our stride. And I think that we're in a good groove. And I think that we just have to keep this up. Even if we lose a couple of games on the way, it happens. But as long as we're continuing to play well, a perfect example, we lost to the Cavs that day. I felt like we should have won that game. We didn't play well, but now we've won 3 in a row, right? So you're seeing how we're responding to losses. Even like how we played against, the other night against against San Antonio, how well we played. This game tonight was dangerous because this is like a trap game right before you play against some top teams. So the Knicks could have easily overlooked this game, but they didn't. And they went into it, they attacked it, right? So that tells me, based on how we won tonight, that we're really starting to hit our stride, Eric Green. And so that's why I think this was a very, very impressive win tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Even I felt confident even when Toronto was getting close. I just felt like we're going to find another gear and we're going to pull this out. Somebody's going to make a play, either hit a big shot or get a big defensive, stop. And that's what's happening now. And it's different people. Because I still say with this team, you pretty much know what you're going to get from the captain. Okay. But it's what Bridges, Hart, and OG do that really, for me, gets the team, to that next level of playing well. And I think that Cat feeds off of that, and that gets him to play well. And it's important to get him touches because the guy is just too awesome offensively. And you see once he started getting touches, look at him on defense now. He's starting to make plays on defense, man. He's moving his feet.
You saw that steal he had? So that steal?
Yeah. Yeah. He looked like Graham. That was awesome, man. So it's stuff like that. And he wouldn't have been doing that a month ago. Okay. But I just love what I'm seeing, man. Oh, another thing you mentioned, the Aurora, he got to get his minutes. He got to get 15, 20 minutes a night, including the playoffs, because he can stretch teams out. He can stretch them out, man. He can knock down the threes. Okay, and now he's starting to put the ball in the basket, getting in the Baja, mixing it up. He's mixing it up on defense. He's not backing off. I mean, I love seeing what he's playing. This dude he's gonna be something, man. So you got to give him some minutes because he's just blossoming before our eyes. Man.
But then I
Very
think
impressed with him.
also too, Eric Green, and I'm glad you said that, man. That's well said, sir. I think why you have to give him minutes, you got to reward him for how well he's been playing, especially in the playoffs. Like, don't not give him minutes because it's the whole rookie rule or he's a rookie. No, man. Show the team, show the guys on the team, and most importantly, show him that you believe in him and you trust him, and he's earned that. That to me is a great feeling for any player when you know you've played well your whole year. The playoffs come, you're at the biggest stage in New York, and the coach rewards you with playing time in the playoffs. That's like getting a big contract because you know this is a perfect opportunity for me to really up my value. And so to me, that's the way you reward this kid. Give him minutes in the playoffs.
Absolutely, you can go. You can go 10 deep. If dudes come back, hey, go 10 deep, man. Keep your guys fresh so they ready. When that 6 minute mark in the fourth quarter, we fresh. Other teams getting tired. Our guys got some legs because I think that's been the biggest problem the last couple of years against the Pacers. We just ran out of gas. We were beat up from the feet up in 24. Everybody was hurt, so it was hard for us game 7. Hart was hurt. OG, forget it, man. And then last year, the same thing. It wasn't until we were down 2 games to nothing that he started playing Shannon and Wright. Come on, man. He should have been playing them guys, man.
Right,
He
Eric
losing
Green,
to the Pacers like that.
Eric Green, you nailed it, man. And I think that was Tibbs' demise. That was it right there. Because after the series, Josh Hart stated, it's well documented. He said, "Listen, I felt really bad, but I had nothing left, man. I had nothing left. I like in the series, I just was gassed. I was done. I was on E." And to your point, it's back-to-back years against the Pacers. They're showing you, they're giving you the formula of how to beat the Knicks. And so it's only right that you kind of make sure these guys are, kind of the legs are rested. It's the law of attrition. And so that they can have that last push to finish off the series and, most importantly, to your point, finish off games with 5 to 6 minutes left, because that's what I saw tonight. I saw a fresh team at the end of this game.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. We got that next gear that's going to finish. That's going to lock down on defense. Get those 50-50 balls. We're getting them. We're getting them long rebounds. Okay, and a tired team is not going to fight for that. But a team that's fresh, they're going to battle and they're going to get that. And that's how you win games. And that's how you're going to win playoff games.
Agreed. Well said, sir.
All right, my brother.
All right, man. I appreciate you rocking with me, man. It's truly appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night going to be epic, man. Looking forward to it, man.
That's right. I appreciate you, man.
All right, peace out, brother.
All right, peace. All right, guys, that's my guy Eric Green coming here rocking with LV Live tonight, giving amazing points. And like he stated, the energy, these guys seem like they're more upbeat. And look at the minutes tonight, guys. OG Anunoby only played 27 minutes tonight. 27 minutes he played tonight. So that's why he had that extra juice to play. The Big Cat, great in that fourth quarter. You ready? Only 29 minutes tonight for Cat. Josh Hart, also great in that fourth quarter, right? He spearheaded it. 31 minutes for Josh Hart tonight. Most of these guys last year would have been 37, 38. The only person that played the most was Brunson. He played 37 minutes tonight. That's unheard of for him. But still, he didn't look tired tonight at all. And so, you got to love this, man. But then you see the bench, right? Diawara almost got 20 minutes. He had 19. Mitch had 20 minutes. Shaman had 24 minutes. Alvarado had 17 minutes. So they went 9 deep, right? So this is what, people have been screaming for the Knicks. This game is the law of attrition, man. And once you get to the playoffs, once you get Game 7 of the finals, right? Game 7 in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's when it hits you. Not the first round, not the second round. It's the conference finals and the NBA finals. When you get to those final games, last minutes of those quarters, that's the law of attrition. Who's the healthier team? It's not the better team. Who's the healthier team? And that's who wins. That's who wins. That's who wins. And I think that's what, believe it or not, is what got Tibbs out of here and what Mike Brown is doing very, very well this year. Janky Jimenez says, Mo wouldn't have been doing this under Tibbs. No way. Agreed. Well said, sir. If we had a coach that believes in developing, might have had Jalen Duren on his team. Oh, yeah, that's right. The Knicks, they traded that pick away, right? Then they drafted him, traded him away. Well said, sir. Janky Jimenez says, our starting lineup averaged the most minutes. Oh, yeah, agreed. They played the most last year. But they look like a fresher team. Guys look fresher. Right? So you got to listen, man. Listen, that's a big part as to why Mike Brown was brought in here. A major, major part as to why he was brought in here. And so I think that plays, a huge role in this. And I think that's going to play, that's going to really help this team really get to the next level, man. That's just my opinion. I just think that's what's going to really truly help them get to the next level. It just is. And it's not so much, the players and stuff like that. It's how healthy these guys are, man. When the time is right. And to me, that's going to make or break this team, man. That's going to make or break this team. And so you got to love it, man. You got to love it. You got to be really, really be happy with what you're seeing this year so far, man. Just speaking of, how he's using guys and how guys are being treated health-wise, right? Guys are pretty much being able to kind of monitor their minutes, being able to kind of, just take it day by day, man. Take it day by day, game by game. And I think that's awesome, man. That's really, really awesome. You got to be happy with what you're seeing, man. And the way they're playing and how they're looking, they just look great right now, man. I think they're really, really hitting their stride. So you got to be really happy with where they're at and just continue to continue to keep pushing. Continue to keep pushing. Take it game by game. Tomorrow, we know who we got. We got OKC. We already know what it's going to be. Right? We already know what the situation is with them. We know how good they are. We don't need to kind of go into it and kind of talk about this and that with them. But, it is what it is. But, guys, we got to pay attention. You ready? Pay attention. I think Tatum's coming back, man. Tatum's coming back. And I think this is going to be a situation to where we got to watch Boston. Of course, they don't have Porzingis. They don't have Drew Holiday, right? Big pieces that help this team, that help them, be really, really good, of course. But we got to see exactly what Tatum's going to be. We got to see what he's going to be and what he's going to look like, because I'm telling you guys right now, if he's anything to what he was before, Boston's going to be dangerous, man. Boston's going to be extremely, extremely dangerous, and we cannot take them lightly. We cannot, because they're champions still. They're still a champion, and they're still a champion. They know how to win games. And that's something we got to be mindful of, and that's something we got to respect, man. So we got to kind of watch them. Because I think once Tatum comes back, we got to see what he's going to be. But if he's anything what he used to be, watch out for Boston. And that's really who I have my eye on more than Detroit. I have my eye on Boston. Because we forget what they were before Tatum went down, how good they were. Right? So even though we beat them, we had to dig deep to beat them, man. We had to, because they were that good. And so, that's going to be big. That's going to be big. So that's who I really got my eye on. I'm watching them. I'm looking at them. Looking at them in the standings. More I'm worried about Detroit. I'm not really worried about Detroit or Cleveland. I'm worried about Boston. So we got to see exactly what they look like. But yeah, man, great win for them boys. Listen, I will be going live tomorrow, right, after the game. So please come through and check it out. But that's my show tonight, right? I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with me. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people, right? Also, too, if it's your first time coming through, rocking with me and my crew, please subscribe to the channel. But when you subscribe, right, hit that bell icon, right, to get all notifications on all my shows. And also, too, right, leave comments if you're watching to the replay game, because I do respond to comments, especially on my shorts and stuff like that. I respond. So please leave comments, right? Because I definitely respond to them. All right, but listen, I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with me. Big time win for the boys, 111-95. The Knicks have won 5 out of their last 6. They are 40-22. Now we'll be going live tomorrow for the OKC game, so please come through and check it out. All right, I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people. Peace.